I'm here with Omari Shakur, and I'm just like really happy about this because this is going to be probably the most unleashed, raw, real side of what's going on in Newburgh and what's been going on in Newburgh for a lot of years. And so I think that we're probably going to hear a lot of stuff today that maybe people may not know. But this is actually great information because we've got a lot of new people coming into Newburgh, and I think that they would want to know what has been going on in its past and what's got it. Sometimes you need to know the history so that we are not, doomed to repeat it. So I want to welcome you.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, this is going to be like really exciting. So I guess it's a natural, we're going to take sort of a natural transition and we're going to start with talking about your past. So if you could give us a little bit about, who you are, what you've been through. I know you had some very militant involvement. So tell us just a few minutes, a little bit about that. And I know there's a little bit of prison time in there. So just tell us a little bit about you. We want to know about the real Omari.
Okay, Omari, I was born and raised in Newburgh. I was born in West Point, actually. My father was a soldier, my mother was a singer. I was born here, so I was here before urban renewal came through and devastated our community and transitioned our community. I've been going to city council meetings in the city of Newburgh for almost 50 years.
Okay, so you're a newcomer.
Yeah, I'm a newcomer. I'm trying to learn my way around and navigate myself through City Hall. But I guess
So tell us a little bit about the struggle. What was it like here in the 60s? What was it like here in the 70s? I know you were a mere pup in the 60s, so we'll talk about the 70s and 80s. What was that like for you?
We'll start with the 60s because that's when I was, like I said, 1968. I was basically Martin Luther King's death. I was sitting there watching on TV and I was basically brought into the Black Liberation Movement and the Black Panther Movement at the age of 12.
Is that really what sort of sparked the fire in you, the death of Martin Luther King?
No, that didn't really spark the fire. I mean, what sparked the fire in me is seeing my mother being involved in a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So her being a woman doing this, I had a lot of male, my father wasn't there, but since she had a lot of meetings and stuff, I always had a lot of male teachers.
Right, so mentors, men that you could
people
look
that
up.
took me under their wing, people that were in the movement, people that were in the struggle.
Right.
So I was brought in early. So and I was sitting there at the tables listening and stuff, So I learned real quick. And because I was aware of what was going on at an early age, I understood we were in a struggle, and I wanted to see because when I was very young, we didn't have Black history. We had but I was drawn to the Indian struggle.
Right.
And so I always wanted to be a warrior because two of my grandmothers were Indian.
Okay.
Or Native Americans or whatever we call them.
Right.
They were the first inhabitants here. They were discovered.
Okay.
So I've always been a learner. So when I see something there because we are lost people here in America. So and we're all trying to find ourselves. So I was looking for myself at a very young age. I had a lot of, like I said, teachers pointing me the right direction.
So what was that like to be a part of the Black Liberation Movement? And what are some of the things that you did with that?
Well, one of the things, there was an association that started here, the Afro-American Association. That was Charles Eggleston, Dave Newkirk, George Fleming. These were some young brothers who were, they were students of Malcolm.
Okay.
And
that's Malcolm X we're talking about.
And that's that's when he left the Muslim and he started Afro. And so they started a chapter here in Newburgh. And because I was the nephew of Charles Eggleston, he was married to my cousin, I was there at the young age sitting there. And so one of the first things that they had did that fascinated me, they took over NFA school with BB guns.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, they took over NFA school because there was so much going on up there, and they wanted to bring attention, they got national media attention because William Kunstler, a famous lawyer, came in to defend them, and it was a national case. And so, and one of the leaders of that takeover was George Fleming, who became a part of the Black Panther Party. And because he was my mentor, he was the one, he was taking me to the headquarters. Actually, my first thing was working in the our free breakfast program. We started here at St. Mary's Church we had, and I was the one giving out the newspapers in Newburgh, Black Panther newspapers. So that's where I started. And when the first time he took me down there, the woman that was in charge of handling the business office at the time with the Harlem branch was Joanne Chesmeyer, who later was changed her name to Asada Shakur.
Okay.
There was Matula Shakur. There was Tupac's mother, Afeni Shakur. All of them were members, and I met all of them. And being a young member, basically, that's why I changed my name to Omari Shakur, because it was basically, we called ourselves a tribe. And I changed my name to that.
I always wondered where the name came from and a little bit of the history, so this is actually...
Basically, this came because, like I said, it was basically like a tribal type love we have for each other.
Right.
It was something like the movement in Philadelphia moved. A lot of black people were coming together into cliques and tribes or movements or organizations. And so...
So where did the... So now you're part of the actual Black Panther,
Right.
and where did that take you? What kind of some of the experiences that you actually had being an actual member of the party?
Well, I was not actually, I was a supporter because I was 16.
Oh, okay.
I was getting ready to become 16. Huey had got released from prison. There were a couple of invasions by the police department, and Huey told everybody to go underground. So when I got ready to join and turn 16, there was no more Black Panthers. Everybody, it turned into the Black Liberation Movement, the Black Liberation Army, and there was a couple of sections, and I hooked up, I basically got involved with the New York Black Liberation Army section, because with George Fleming, who changed his name to Nyoto Solo, and he changed his name, and we were rediscovering our black nationalism. Basically, like I said, I came up, I was young, I wanted to fight.
Okay.
And so that's what drew me to that.
Okay.
But one first
some anger? You had a little bit some
I had a
anger?
lot of anger.
Okay.
But the first thing they sat me down and told, okay, if we fight, suppose we went to war and we won tomorrow, what are we going to do the day after that? We need doctors, we need lawyers. So it's more than just fighting.
Right.
You know, fighting is more than just actual fighting. It's a process, and what are you fighting for?
Right.
And who are you fighting?
Right. And so how do we recover
Right.
from this as well?
Right. So you know, it was a learning process. Of course, the whole 60s, 70s, everybody was new to it. It was a movement where we were all learning, but we were all willing at a young age. We were just like these kids now are learning this and are new at it, and they're going through the struggle. We were new at the struggle, and so.
So how did that end? So basically it sort of fizzled out, is that what?
It ended, basically,
For you? For you, how did it end?
How did it end? Being chased around the country for 2 years by, they had actual hit teams out killing people. And so, in a 2-year period, everybody was being imprisoned, killed, or
just disappearing.
On the ground, disappearing.
Yeah, disappearing.
You know,
Okay.
so
well,
that's what we went to.
that's what you're. Okay, so let's kind of move into the next phase, and then we'll at some point.
Before you even go to that though, but the Black Liberation Movement also had, we had the Young Lords, which was a Puerto Rican group with us. We had AIM, the American Indian Movement was hooked in with us. We had we had the Mexican movement was hooked. See, it wasn't just about black, this was about humans human rights.
Okay.
And we were coalitioning with all types of people, because everybody, and also this was about the war. You know, because this was just at the end of the war, it was a lot going on.
Right.
This was Martin, Malcolm.
Which war?
That's the Vietnam War.
The Vietnam
Well, I
War.
want to
Vietnam
make
War.
that clear.
The Vietnam War was going on, so the country was basically either you was for the war or against the war.
Right.
And the country went to war with itself because they were bringing body bags home, and for what reason, you know, it was a war. And then Martin came out against it, you know, Muhammad Ali, what he did. I mean, you was on here or you were here, but nobody was basically on the fence.
Right.
People were here or they were there, and that was America, the end of the 60s, 70s.
Wow.
It was a war.
It was a war.
It was a war.
Wow.
You know, never tell, but there was a war. The Weathermen Underground, these were white kids. They were going around bombing, they were bombing government centers and stuff. It was a group, the FALN. They were that part of the Young Lords for the Puerto Rican, this was a Puerto Rico nationalist group. I mean, there was just so much going on. There was so much, like I said, and this was a global movement too, because the Black Panthers, we had headquarters in Algiers, we had headquarters in France. We were more than just national. I mean, we were more than just we were international because we understood our struggle, and there was a global struggle going on.
Right.
So